Every single year, hundreds of people buy condos and townhomes in Whistler, getting advice from friends, family, or inexperienced Vancouver realtors that don't understand the Whistler market. They get sold on a dream that if they put money down on a Whistler property right now, that in 5 years it's going to be worth double and the rental cash flow will pay all the expenses and then some. In this video, I'm going to break down the 5 top Whistler condo buying mistakes. Let's go. My name is Dean Linnell. There are very few agents in Whistler who have sold more condos than my team and I in the last 25 years. And I'm going to go over the 5 biggest mistakes I see people making every single day in the Whistler real estate market. If you watch this video and learn anything new, all I ask is that you hit the like button and go ahead and subscribe for more great videos like this. And because of this channel, I've got to meet so many awesome people just like you. So if you want to connect with me to talk about what's going on in the Whistler market, you can go to the link in the description below to book a no-stress consultation call with me at any time that works for you. The condo and townhome market is pivotal to what happens in Whistler real estate because there's more inventory in that than there are homes. There's so many investors that have put their money into this segment of the market that depending on what happens with condos and townhomes, it'll kind of show where the Whistler market's going. There's a condo or a townhouse for everyone. There's condos for a first-time Whistler buyer or for the luxury market or for the savvy nightly rental hotel condo investor out there. I myself started investing in Whistler real estate through condos, but even I made a few of these mistakes along the way. So let's get into the 5 mistakes I want you to avoid. Mistake number 1 is buying a condo and expecting it to go up in price this year. Check out the date when this video was released. My personal opinion is that the Whistler condo prices won't necessarily go up this year. I think they'll maybe go up 2%, maybe go down 2%. We'll hover somewhere in the middle based on the inventory that we have today. After the frenzy of the COVID real estate boom, the Whistler market currently sits at a pretty balanced and normal level if you consider the 10-year sales averages. If you look at all of that from a bird's eye view from above, it just doesn't look like a market that's going to increase in value to me. You should not be buying a Whistler condo this year if you specifically want it to go up in value in the next 12 months. I can't guarantee you that's going to happen. Nobody can. Take it one step further. I don't think anybody watching this video that's thinking of buying a condo should be buying one if you're not going to hold it for a minimum of 5 years. That's typically enough time for any market to go through its cycle, and at the end of it, you'll come out okay. If you're expecting more than that, don't buy anything. Mistake number 2 is buying strictly as an investment. You should be buying a property in Whistler with at least half of your motivation coming from a lifestyle and personal enjoyment angle. If you don't love Whistler and the mountain lifestyle and actually bring your family up to Whistler to enjoy the slopes in the winter or the golf, lakes, and mountain biking in the summer, then what's the point really? Mistake number 3 is not considering the Canadian federal government's new underused housing tax, or UHT as it's called. Now, this only applies to foreign owners of property in Canada and not Canadian owners. Let's say you're from Seattle or the UK or Hong Kong and you own a property in Whistler. If you, your spouse, or your common law partner do not personally use your Whistler property at least 28 days per calendar year, then you will have to pay the UHT tax for that year, which amounts to 1% of the value of the property. If you're planning to use your Whistler property for less than those 28 days, then this might not be the right investment for you. With the price of real estate in Whistler, that UHT 1% tax penalty could really add up. Mistake number 4 is buying on emotion. Maybe you came up to Whistler on vacation for the first time and you think how amazing it would be to own a condo here so your family can enjoy the slopes. That's awesome, and I love that you love Whistler so much. But be sure to put on the brakes a little bit before you pull the trigger on a purchase here. Those revenues you thought would pay for your entire investment sometimes just don't cover the whole nut. In most cases, they'll cover your strata fees, property taxes, and tourism Whistler fees with a little left over, but that's only if you don't use it a whole lot. You have to keep your personal use to a minimum to be able to generate the kind of rental income you may need to keep the investment afloat. And that ties in with mistake number 3, where you have to use it personally a minimum of 28 days per year if you're a foreign owner to avoid paying the 1% underused housing tax. You see how this is all intertwined? It's smart to have a good Whistler realtor to help you sort all this out, isn't it? And for number 5, don't buy in a building just because of the amenities. There are so many times I've had clients over the years who are dead set on owning in a Whistler condo complex that ski in, ski out, and has a pool for the kids. For one thing, there's only a small handful of ski in, ski out condo complexes in Whistler with pools. And then 5 years later, when I sell it for them, it's like, how many times did you actually use the pool? You could have bought in a different complex just across the street, which is still almost ski in, ski out for a few $100,000 less if you gave up on your pool dreams. Thanks for watching and making it to the end. There's 2 other videos I recommend you take a look at. I have my Phase 2 deep dive video, which explains how hotel condos work in Whistler. And there's this video that explains the differences between Phase 1 and Phase 2 condos in detail. Thanks again, and we'll see you in the next video.